Hello，大家好，欢迎来到 Mathplorer 数学探险家的频道。今天我们来进入这一个整个这个 small sections subsections 的18.5呢，就是的一个 summary，就是 recognizing which graph to draw。在 previously 呢几个 video 呢，我们就已经学了不同 graph 的那个特征 ，OK， 还有他们的那个general equation 是如何的。所以每一次呢，我们拿到一个 equations 的时候，当他叫我们画 graph 的时候呢，其实我们要想象一下，我们首先要观察它的 equations，它到底是一个to verify 呢，它是哪一个 type 的那个 graph，and then 呢 from the type of graph， 我们就大概想象呢 imagine the shape of graph，how should it look like， 它的 orientation 是怎样的。Okay, so 这边呢，我们就来做一个 summary. For straight line graph, linear graph 呢 we have three types of general equations. Of course, the most common 就是 y equals to mx plus c. This is where the highest power of x is 1. Okay, so 我们只可以有 y and x to the raised to the power of 1 only. And then m 呢是我们的 gradient. This is gradient, and this is your y-intercept. Okay, so if there is no y-intercept mentions, that means 它是 intercept at 那个 origin 0. So for gradients 呢，我们 decide gradient. When gradient is positive, we're going upwards, and when gradient go negative, we're going downwards. Okay, 然后还有两种呢，就是 x equals to something, y equals to something. When we say x equals to a, it is parallel to the y-axis, so the graph 就是会这样子啦。Okay, it's a vertical graph. Okay, and then 呢 for y equals to something 的话呢，它就会 parallel with x-axis, and the graph will be horizontally. Okay, and parallel with x-axis. So 这些呢都是属于 linear graph. 那接下来呢，就是 quadratic functions。quadratic equations 里面呢，它的 highest power 是去到2而已。So that's why you have x squared only. So x can be 0, c can be 0. Okay, again, c 就是你的 y-intercept, and we still depending on a to determine 我们的 shape of 我们的 graph, whether it is curving upwards or curving downwards. So 这个是 negative, 这个是 positive. So 这一种 quadratic graph 呢，它的那个shapes 呢是一个 parabola 来的。Okay, next one, talking about hyperbola, it must be a reciprocal graph, so it will be reciprocal equations. So 它的特征就是你的 x 是 as 一个 denominator, or 它的 relations with 这个 y 呢是 in multiply 的。Okay, so x times y equals to something 的。Okay, so 它的 graph 呢是一个左一个右，一个上一个下。Okay, again, it depends on a to determine whether it's going upwards or looking downwards. Yeah, so 接下来就是 cubic graph. Cubic graph 呢 highest power must be 3 啦 so that means it's x cube actually. So again, cubic graph 呢有两种哈，一种呢是这个 OK 它的那个 turning point 这边呢不明显，另外一种是这样子很明显，一个上一个下的。Okay, so again, we will decide on A to decide whether it's going upwards, okay, or going downwards, 这个是 negative. Yeah, so that means negative 它也可以是这样子I mean positive 它可以是这样子。Okay, for 这一个 second shape, then 这一个的 second shape 的 negative 呢，它就会是这样子它不明显的 ，OK， but 它 still 是一个两个 seems like 两个的这个 quadratics combine 一起的。Okay, the next one we have exponential curve. Exponential curve 呢，要注意呢，它的 x 就是它的 power，and then from here need to remind 我们的 a 呢 must be a positive integer. That means 你不会拿到 negative a 的。Okay, it must be a power of x. 可是上面这个 x 呢是可以有 positive 跟 negative. When it is positive, it means that it is growing exponential growth. So 我的 graph 呢是这样子 grow upwards. And then when it is negative, 是从 up growing down. So 在这边要提醒呢 you will never touch x-axis. Okay, so 那个 x-axis 就是你的 asymptotes. 虽然很接近 x-axis, but you never touch it. Okay, so 这个就是 exponential curve. So the last one will be the combined curve. I can combine any of these three terms, up to 3 terms. Okay, so you can see 我们这边 里面有 qubits 啦，有 quadratic 啦，有 linear 啦，有 reciprocal， 还有一个 constant term 的。所以这一些当我 combine 在一起的时候呢 ，that means above 这一些 graph 呢，它可以 combine 变成一种 graph 的。所以你看到那个 graph 呢 ，seems like combining， 然后I mean 它有其他的 graph 的特征，就是有2个graph 的特征在同一个里面。But basically 它的 shapes 呢，我们可以看到它是这样子的。OK，these two 啦，like this。所以这个是 when 我有 reciprocal 的时候，它就这样子咯。But 你看到它的 graph 它是 is like，它有一点 like parabola，but at the same time 它又有一点像 linear，and then 就有一点 reciprocal 的。OK，它是比较带尖的。compared to quadratic graph 是比较圆的 ，and then quadratic graph 是 symmetry。它这个呢，它不 symmetry 哦，你这样子放的话，它不 symmetry，它的 symmetry 是这样子。大写，可是也看起来不像 symmetry，OK，so but 是给你看到它的模样大概是这个样子的。OK good， so that's all， 这个就是last part of 这个 subsections of 这个 18.5 的一个 summary。So by right 我们是 able to draw any linear and non-linear graph，okay with all the skills and techniques that we have learned。So 我们期待下一个topics 呢是 18.6， so 希望还见到大家，谢谢大家，拜拜。